We begin in Chicago, Illinois, May 27th, 2018, 2:31:23 a.m. with 0 degrees tropical Aries on the ascendant, and therefore the equinox and solstice points aligned to the angles. As Earth, in the center of the chart, spins west to east, the diurnal motion, we witness the primary motion of the heavens, rising in the east and setting in the west. The planets culminate at the meridian MidHeaven at a time exactly halfway between their rise and set. For locations north of the Tropic of Cancer like Chicago, the meridian is a vertical line that is always due south. Yet in the chart we see the meridian MidHeaven shifting to the left and the right of the vertical. Why? We'll start at the same time in Stellarium software. We're facing the meridian MidHeaven due south. We'll zoom out a bit and allow Earth to spin. Keep your eye on the ascendant. This is where the golden curve of the ecliptic intersects the eastern horizon. You'll notice it begins moving to the left. Tropical Aries, Taurus, and Gemini are northern signs which respectively take us further and further north of east until we reach the northern extreme, the solstice degree, 0 Cancer. Now Cancer, Leo, and Virgo are also northern signs. They rise north of east and later they set north of west. But they bring us back to the cardinal directions. And the ascendant again will be due east when 0 degrees Libra rises, an equinox point here. Now the descendant is always exactly opposite the ascendant. So when a southern sign like Scorpio is rising, a northern sign, in that case Taurus, is setting. And of course south of east is closer to the meridian MidHeaven due south than north of west is. So with a southern sign on the rise, the fourth quadrant of the chart is smaller than the third. Here's the 0 degrees Capricorn point rising the southern extreme, and we'll head back to east. Tropical Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius are southern signs that take us south of east, and tropical Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces are southern signs that bring us back here with the equinox point rising, and now once again we head to the north, resulting in a larger fourth quadrant than third. Most of us are familiar with Sun's annual motion on the horizon. Sun rises due east at March equinox, then heads north to find its northern extreme at June solstice, where it stops, turns around, and heads back south, rising due east at September equinox, and at the southern extreme at December solstice. The moon does this every month, traveling between the solstice extremes, and the ascendant does it every day, like a rudder, moving north and south of east. We also notice that Sun culminates at a higher altitude in spring and summer than it does in fall and winter. And you can notice this also with the altitude of the ecliptic at the meridian MidHeaven daily. In the northern hemisphere, northern signs climb to a higher altitude than southern signs do, with the solstice degrees, of course, at the extremes. The altitude of the midheaven sets up signs of short and long ascension, but that's a tale for another time. A quadrant chart wheel consistently reorients us to the ascendant-descendant axis and faces the highest peak of the ecliptic curve. This point is called the non-adjustable, and it's 90 degrees from or square to the ascendant and descendant. Therefore, the non-adjustable is the cusp of an equal sign 10th house. The non-adjustable is always held within the 10th whole sign of a chart, while the meridian midheaven is not. For northern hemisphere locations north of the Tropic of Cancer, when the meridian midheaven is leaning right, a northern sign is rising, and when it's leaning left, a southern sign is rising. The opposite is true for southern hemisphere locations south of the Tropic of Capricorn, and between the tropics it can kind of go either way, but that's definitely a tale for another time. I hope this has helped clear some things up for you. I'll see you in space.